Pete, a difficult outing tonight. Where was this game won and lost, in your opinion?
Well, we got out-batted, out-bowled, out-fielded, so I think they were over par. I think par on the pitch was probably about 180, I thought. Probably similar to the night against Yorkshire. So they got 20 over, where we made some mistakes at different times in the innings when they bowled. And then I think batting-wise, losing too early put us under pressure from then on in, really. We were always behind the rate.
Yeah. What impact did you hope to see from the change in the bowling attack now?
Well, I think Lordie's done well in the twos. He's a young player, so making your debut here, it's a perfect night for a game of cricket. So it feels a really tough night for us because we didn't play well enough. And it's 25 degrees, it's Trent Bridge, it's a Friday against Derby, so it's about as a bigger game as we get, really. So very frustrating. But for Rob, great game to make your debut in. So I think he showed enough to show why we picked him. He made some mistakes, as we all do in these games, but he will have learnt a lot. So I'm really pleased for him, actually, because since we signed him probably middle last year, he's grown really fast as a bowler, and he's earned his chance. He's earned his chance. You know, we obviously know we've had some challenges bowling, so he comes in, a little bit of a revamp, and comes in and he got Samit out, which was a great wicket to get early. So yeah, credit to him.
What's the approach then at half-time when we're confronted with a chase of 200, and has that changed given that we've had to do that a few times this year?
I don't think it changes. I mean, the first thing you've got to do is you back your batters to go in there. You really want to get off to a good start. Now, 2020 it's an interesting game because you've got to be fairly free to play it well. Promising for us, Joe Clark's back to his best, playing beautifully. So, and he's really got himself back into the sort of form he wants to be by being more aggressive. I think last year at times he played a bit too much for the team because he wanted to make sure he was there as captain. I think now he's back to his rhythm. But losing 2 wickets again in the first couple of overs put us under pressure. Now, no one does that on purpose. I thought the partnership between Joe and Monty was a good one. It kept us in it, but you're always in that situation. If you suddenly get 2 tied overs, that rate goes from the 11s to 13s, 14s when you're chasing a score like 200. So that put us under pressure. And towards the end, when someone like Daniel Sams was trying to strike at the end, we had to do something really exceptional if we were going to win the game.
And you mentioned Joe Clark. Do you see him really improving as a captain and as a player? Obviously, his second half-century in a row tonight.
Yeah, I think the most promising thing for Joe is how he started to bat. Now he's captain, because I think last year the captaincy, the responsibility of the captaincy, he took it a little bit too far into his batting. I think he just tried to bat for the team, but he took away a bit of his freedom to strike the ball. And I think we play him at the top of the order with that role, really, to try and maximise the power play. The way he's played this year, we've had a couple of times where we've lost early wickets and it hasn't affected how he's gone about it. So credit to him. We needed 2 or 3 significant partnerships, I think, in the first 10 to give us a chance in the back 10 when the spinners came on. And I give Samit Patel quite a lot of credit. He knows how to bowl here. Bowl beautifully, really, on the pitch.
And in terms of our spinners as well, Calvin Harrison with 3 wickets, Liam Patterson-White, they slowed the rate up and they had an impact in those middle overs.
Yeah, good for Calvin again, getting wickets again. Nice to see Calvin back taking wickets. I think he's had to adjust a couple of things from the 4-day game back into 2020 mode, which he's done. And Liam Patterson-White, again, he's going to grow all the time he plays. So Liam's bowled well. He's a good bowler. He's having a good season, really, Liam. He'd be frustrated he didn't get more of a chance with the ball, I think, but that's part of the way it goes.
Yeah. And the Bears in Birmingham tomorrow night. What's the mood in the changing room like ahead of that one?
Well, the mood tonight will be we're gutted, we lost. You know, we didn't play well enough in front of our own fans, so that's going to be a sombre place for a bit. But like always, you've got to dust yourself down quickly. We've got to get ready to play what will be a very competitive Birmingham Bears side. And we're going to have to adjust ourselves and get better. So we've got good players in that dressing room. So I think we've got to keep the faith, keep the belief, and come back tomorrow night away from home and play better. But for the first bit of tonight, though, some really disappointed players in there because we didn't quite get it out of ourselves tonight, and we've got to accept that, and we've got to come back with something better tomorrow.